already into the 420, damn it.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is how much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiba grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Hi.
Radio.
Hi, how are you?
No, it's how high are you?
No.
Because it's Friday night, and if you're listening to us, you should be high.
Well, yeah, but that's not what it's all about, right?
No.
What is it all about?
It's all about salted caramel cracker bites.
And peanuts.
No, salted caramel cracker bites.
Great googly moogly.
I'm looking to see if I could medicate these things up pretty easily.
This is our first official show from my new place. And,
yes, because our last one
really
show
just a chit chat.
was I'm almost completely recovered from that. The scab is now leaving me with just a scar.
You were sick.
I was sick. I was beat, man. And then smashed my knee into that picnic table. Damn near killed me.
Oh, you guess, because we haven't done a show since
I smashed my knee into the picnic table at Harvest Fest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a painful rest of the evening.
I'm forgetting a lot of things lately, and I told my friend I would drop her off at her daughter's place on my way home, and I left the driveway without her. And she was coming at me. What the fuck?
That's an age thing, Al.
And she was just like, "Well, I can walk." It's like, no, I told you I'd take you. I just forgot.
Jeez, you must be almost 60, aren't you?
58 59 in next month. Next month.
One of them months.
In a month coming soon. What's going on, Dale? You going to talk to us today since your buddy's not here?
Yeah, I guess.
They're not buddies anymore because he moved away.
You're not buddies because he moved. You must be really upset your pals moved.
It's
no.
No. I don't get I usually get a visitor every night. I don't get that no more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice to kind of have a nightly visitor.
I have a new friend who's taken up refuge in my lawn, a little chipmunk, and there's a big mound of earth sitting beside the hole. So I think I'm going to get a little street light and a little fence for it, just so he can have a little yard.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I get a little garden gnome for it,
Give him some company.
Well, I'm going to make a mound, right?
God. Wait, dress it up so it looks like
I really
a
have
Hobbit
nothing.
village or something.
I really have nothing to do up here, dude. Okay?
Wait till the winter comes. Winter's coming.
Yes, it is.
I've actually been binging Game of Thrones for the last 2 weeks.
I've been watching Young Sheldon, and it's fucking cracking me up big time. And
I actually like Young Sheldon. I like Game of Thrones
started
too.
watching Clarice, which has not been renewed, unfortunately. It's a good show. It's Clarice from Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah, I wasn't fond of it.
Did you watch House of the Dragons, Marcel?
Who?
Pardon me?
Did you watch the new House of the Dragons yet? It only started last Sunday.
What is it?
That's the next one.
It's
a
the
spin-off.
prequel to Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Oh, not interested. I saw it listed, but not interested. No.
Oh, I'm
Does it have
interested.
any of you? Does it have any of the actors from the main series in it?
No, I think it's like 170 years before Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like super prequel.
So it's Game of Water.
I think it's about the Targaryen family.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, I didn't watch yet because I think I'm fucking addicted to binging shit now.
No,
Did
me
you
too.
watch? Did you watch the episode of She-Hulk, Attorney at
Yes,
Law?
I've watched the first 2 episodes. The second one I watched yesterday morning while I was smoking some Bruce Banner.
There you go. That's a good way to do it. I like
Yep.
it. I think it's a good show. It's just whether or not it'll continue.
I was really tickled by the first one, and then the second one was okay, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, I'm tired.
And any movies? I watched the newest Venom.
It's okay.
It was all right.
I didn't see it. What's it on?
Disney, I think. No, let me look. I don't know. I'll look. Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody's rolling a joint.
yes, I am.
I already have one. I'm smoking some. I think some Bruce Banner and some hash.
I'm smoking some Harvest Fest Bubble Hash.
How did Harvest Fest? You started telling me on the before we started. How was Harvest Fest?
Well, it was better for some than it was for others.
And it rained. Yes.
Torrentially.
Yes.
But I was gone before that because I pay attention to the weather and had people sleeping in tents.
So it was not like the one that I came to.
No. While we had as many vendors, we didn't have as many people because,
the weather.
Because Saturday was beautiful weather. It was hot, sunny, but it was still great. It's a nice place because there's always a bit of a breeze. So you never get too hot. It's up on top of, it's Fox Mountain. It's up on top of a hill. And then the entire time we were there for the weekend, I never saw a mosquito or black fly. Don't know how they pulled that off. Yeah.
We got them here at like 24 hours a fucking day.
Oh, me too.
Wow. They must have had a conversation with the fucking black fly people. Black flies matter?
Yeah, black flies matter. Soon as I step out of the deck here, I'm just surrounded by mosquitoes, and I know it's them saying, "Hey, it's that guy that gets us. It's that guy that gets us high. Come on, let's get him."
Yeah, exactly. You know what? It's funny you said that because I think we had a conversation a while ago about this, or I asked it on Facebook. Do bugs, mosquitoes specifically, and flies, the kind that come in and fly through the smoke, that kind of thing, are they affected by the cannabis like an animal would be? Huh? Come on, scientists.
I'm going to Google it, but off the top of my head, if they have an endocannabinoid system, then I think they would.
We're going to call Lennie Igor now.
Igor, why is that?
Igor from
I just noticed these are new glasses. These are new glasses.
Young Frankenstein. It's from Young Frankenstein. Igor.
It wasn't Young Frankenstein though. It was that Saturday morning kids show.
Yeah, that too. Young Frankenstein, or whatever it was called. Yes, but
I have a public service announcement.
Oh,
this isn't pure cannabis. This is something different.
Hold on.
These are these are blue light reading glasses.
Oh.
And I've been having headaches for the last 3 weeks.
So now you don't? Gone?
Oh.
I'm excited.
Everyone listening and watching on their screen all the time, highly recommend it.
I have UV lights in my furnace, and I'm excited to turn that on this winter. supposed to make you breathe a
But
lot better.
anyway, now that blue light just like even my headaches were right in my eyes because I knew it was
Yeah.
me on the computer all day. And someone
So
suggested
they cut the glare.
I don't even feel it's a tint. It's some spectrum of light from obviously the computer screens. And that's why I was kind of joking is like I bought 2 pair and I put these on. And I just saw my sticker in there. I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to take it off. Anyway, I just
Can you get those?
figured I'd share it.
Can you get them at the dollar store, like reading glasses, or?
I got these. I was gonna order them on Amazon, and then I actually took my kid to Costco on the weekend. She wanted to get stuff before she go to college, like giant boxes of popcorn.
Essentials.
Yeah, exactly. It was all about snacks, actually. And they happened to be at the Costco, whatever. I don't even know what I paid for them, to be honest. I just said, fuck, I may as well try them. And I'll tell you, this is like, I noticed it by the end of the week. I was like, wow, I don't have that headache or eye pain anymore. Anyway,
Well, that's hey, thanks for telling us.
It worked for me, and I was like, obviously all of us are on the fucking computer screen, so I figured I'd share it.
Well, thank you. You had to say snacks. Because now I got snacks. So you also had an announcement you wanted to make. You want to do that now? Or?
Oh no, it was kind of just self-glorification. No, when I came on with you guys, I just got a bunch of C of A's for churro cannabis. We've been pheno hunting for months. Do you think all the listeners know what a pheno hunt is?
Probably not. You should explain it just in case.
Fix your camera just a little bit there, Kilroy.
No, I'm like Wilson on whatever. No, so the grow team was so they'll crack 20, 30 seeds of a genetic, and they'll grow out the moms, grow out the plants, and they'll run them through, and then they'll do a bunch of like, how's it look, what's it feel like, what's it smell like, what's it taste like. Well, taste one, not officially, but they'll also do the cannabinoid list. Anyway, we just got one back today, so probably April 2023, because now that we know it's not. You want to hear your sound effect?
For which?
Well, I'll say what strain's coming out.
I forgot.
And not that everyone here cares about THC, but from a commercial standpoint, THC still fucking drives sales from a adult recreational space in Canada.
Yeah, because
it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's a recreational world.
Yeah. Anyway.
So how high was it? 32, 33?
The strain name is, we're going to release the Titanimal, Al. Titanimal's the strain. And it was, and not too shabby. There's higher out there, but 32.8 THC percent.
It's the best I got. Sorry.
Yeah.
Al.
Anyway, it was a very pleasant Friday night for churro cannabis for all the work the guys were doing, and they found a nice genetic like that.
Well, I can't wait to try it sometime. I can't get it over here.
Well, hopefully,
anything churro up here.
By the time they grow it out, and hopefully we get it listed OCS, maybe have it there for 420.
Will you have it?
Might be just great.
Will you have it on your Optimus?
Of course it will.
Well, then maybe we'll get it that way. Because I can't find you guys anywhere. You guys are always Shatterizer sold. You guys sold. So I'm smoking other people.
I can't believe how much I've just learned from having to look that up for you, Al.
Look what up for me?
Whether or not insects get high.
Oh, thank you for doing that. So, and the answer, I wish I had a drum roll, but let me see if I can find a drum roll before you give us the answer. Hold on. Drum roll. Oh, here we go. You ready?
Yep. Ta-da. Cannabis performs its actions by stimulating cannabinoid receptors called the CB1, CB2 receptors in different brain areas. That's how you get high, mostly from CB1.
Good idea.
Insects, like mosquitoes and houseflies, do not have CB1 and CB2 receptors.
No high for them.
So there's no high for those. But if you go lower down into the classification, hydras do. Right?
What's
Those
a
little,
Explain what a hydra is.
the little buggy thing that lives in the water.
Okay, those floaty things. Okay.
Right. So, of course, this website is a plethora of information because they've been testing on all kinds of insects, all the different types of drugs. And
Sounded like you said
cockroach,
clitoris.
cockroaches get quite active on amphetamines, and spider
Really?
spider webs. Spiders make bigger webs, but they're usually misshapen. And crayfish kind of go nuts and search everywhere, but they've never seen any effect on ants.
What about crickets?
Who funds these fucking studies? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, exactly. MDMA. So, and it hasn't been tested much, but because the serotonin receptors are present in insects, very likely they're going to get some effect off of MDMA because that's what affects your serotonin.
Ah.
Remember the video that was out years ago with it was kind of like a National Geographic type thing, and they were talking about the different insects on drugs.
No.
You ever seen that? It was. Pardon?
This is
Let's
your
see if I can find that. No, this was like the spider building a web.
Oh, he's on crack or something, eh?
Yeah, and the one with the pot driving around with the big Rasta car. Actually, cocaine actually kills plants.
Somebody needs to find MJ in Toronto, and she'll give you a prize.
Is she?
We don't know where she is.
Isn't she at going to the ball game?
Well, tomorrow is the game.
Oh, okay. I thought said she's going tonight.
Oh, she left today to get there, I guess. She's having a hard time staying online, obviously.
I agree with you, Lenny. Who pays for these studies? Because here's a nice little quote. In an interesting study, cockroaches were tested for their ability to detect cocaine and other narcotics, and initial trials were successful.
May I ask a question?
What?
Did they sign their papers before they did this? Do they have to give permission?
I don't know. But insects aren't affected by cocaine, but they also don't get high on it. LS, like they're affected by coke, but they don't get high.
An insect is high.
I don't know. Probably when he kicks back and lights up a smoke or something. I don't know.
He eats more.
Yeah.
Goes to sleep. Stops moving.
No, because then that would just say that it increased the appetite, not that he was high.
Okay, here's the next question. What does the word high mean?
Actually, where did that ever come from?
I don't know. That's why we're asking these questions today on the 420 radio show. I have to get a new mic thingy because you can hear me do that.
You know, Marcel's Googling that question right as we speak.
You know he is. Nope.
No, I'm more thinking of how can I word it, because people will also use high in the context of alcohol and being drunk. In different places, yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So getting high, that might be an easier one. So.
When's the last time you had a picture of that plant, Marcel? They're pretty
Mary
big.
Jane said that her headphones aren't working. I'm sorry. She tried. What did you say, Len?
I was asking Marcel, like, when was the last time that background pic was taken?
What time is it? About 3 hours ago.
No, that's what I was getting at. They're huge.
Yeah. According to the authors, its primary use today is for intoxication due to substances besides alcohol, example weed, and is borrowed from older expressions like stone drunk or stone cold, which themselves were the terms first incorporated in the stone analogy into slang. I can't believe.
Elevated sense of meaning, Dale says. Where did you find that, Dale? Did you make that up, buddy? He's not.
Somebody actually, because if you put a question into Google, you go down and also you'll see people also ask, and I love reading some of these questions that they also ask, like, when was getting high invented? Well,
Probably one of the biggest ones is, what does 420 mean? Right?
yeah, but most people don't know what 420 means.
No, we've covered that many times, though.
Yeah, it's April 20th, Hitler's birthday.
Yes, but it also became the signal for let's meet out back and smoke a joint back in university days at a specific college campus that I can't remember, or university campus. I can't remember which one it was, though. Yep.
Who started blunts? Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, and other immigrants from the Caribbean made their way to New York City in the 80s.
Oh, I that's something to learn too. We can't buy tobacco blunts in Nova Scotia.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, because you cannot.
Tobacco
Under the Cannabis Act, you can't have tobacco and cannabis together.
So you're breaking the law every day, aren't you?
Who?
You.
No, I
Yeah.
don't use blunt wraps.
No, but you use tobacco.
That's up to me.
Yeah, but are blunt wraps available in Canada legally at all?
Here,
Yes.
yes. Here,
Just
yeah.
not
in Ontario, anyways. And
Nova Scotia.
probably,
No, I think you
probably
can get blunt
Vancouver.
wraps in Nova Scotia, but they can't be flavored. Nova Scotia has a rule about you can't have any flavored papers or wraps.
Yeah, but no, I
thought
don't
that
think
we
the
had
tobacco
that as
blunt-
well
I don't
here,
think it's
because
done in Nova Scotia.
I
And I'll
thought that
give
we
you a
had
hint.
that. 'Cause
If you
Juicy
want them.
J's were very popular, and now they're popular again. Like, you can go up to the store here in town and get them.
Right,
But you can't
see,
get a fucking Zigzag.
you can't do that here unless you go to a store that's owned by somebody that wasn't originally from here, maybe. I'm not stereotyping or anything, but there are lots of stores still selling them.
Yeah. The reason I brought this up is at Lyft, the Futurola booth had Mike Tyson's
Yes.
blunt cones.
Blunt
Yep.
wraps, yeah.
Yeah, the wraps. Anyway, I got a few, and motherfuck, I fucking like them.
Mhm.
So I never
Really?
really smoked a lot of blunts. So I actually went to one of the local shops here, and I couldn't get one, and I was bummed.
No, you can get Palm,
I got the Palm. Ain't the
but you
fucking
can't. It's not the same.
I did get the Palm, but I don't like it as much.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but I did really enjoy that tobacco blunt wrap.
I don't like blunts at all. I like a joint. I like my shatterizer. I like a bong now and then. Maybe a
Caught me
dab.
off guard. Well, I didn't expect that I would like it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I've tried the hemp wraps, and I don't even like those. I give them all away.
Like I don't even like cigars.
I don't like smoking hemp papers.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
particularly.
but I just like again don't smoke cigarettes. Don't really like cigars.
Well, that was my next question. I'm surprised that.
Yeah, I won't read that one.
You won't read what one? No, don't read it out loud.
I was looking at it. That's why I was warning him.
He's like, what the fuck? Never mind.
Yeah, don't read that out loud.
But there was a time there when we weren't allowed to get any flavored papers, but now they're all over the place again. Like
We
Juicy
still have
J's
it
are
that you're not
outlawed.
supposed to, but if you go to the lesser legit, individuals, they may have them. Like some of the dispensaries on the reserves may have
The
flavored
reserves
papers.
have them here. Yep.
Yeah.
The reserves have them, and they've got the papers, they've got the wraps, they got everything. But you can get the king size, the longer papers here, the Juicy J's. I have a pack somewhere. But I'm, I unpacked and I found all my Canadian lumbers. So I'm back to rolling proper doobies now.
I just got a new stack of Canadian lumbers.
Well, I'm going to have to.
They're a big sponsor for Harvest Fest.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
You know what? I'm a big fan of the. Obviously, I said before, like Canadian lumber cones, what Troy Canvas uses. But you know what? I think they burn pretty fucking good.
The cones, I like the cones.
Like the cones, but even like their hippie paper is what I've been smoking a lot. Like I
that's
like
what I like. Yep.
It's a solid.
The brown ones.
I got a pack of
okay.
OCDs, so I'm using those up because.
Yeah, and it's not about shitting on anyone's paper, just anyone else.
I like his A2, and I like my Ziggies. I just need a longer paper. That's all. I mean, somebody hands me a Ziggy joint now, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
But see, that's the size that I smoke all the time.
Do you really? You don't roll honkers?
No. Why? Because it's a waste.
Yeah.
If you roll a big fat joint and you light it on fire,
mm-hmm.
your joint is burning while you're talking.
Yep.
Every time you inhale, you're actually only absorbing 1/3 of what was available in that smoke.
And that was the other beauty of that Futurola blunt. They burn real slow.
Yeah. That's why I like tobacco in my joints, because
so do the hippies,
not with pot,
the slower one,
but
they burn slow.
With hash or oil, it burns slower, so I'm not wasting as much.
Yes, I noticed that the hash makes it burn a lot slower as well. It just kind of forever just keeps going. And you just keep
congratulations, Mike Tyson. You're marketing a really awesome blunt. You never know. You might listen to us.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. You never know. Believe me, I've tried.
Maybe he should
I know you have.
Maybe he should send me some to test. And we'll see. I'm getting ready to do a book review probably next show.
Of
the psilocybin cookbook.
Oh, that one. Do you have another one?
Nope.
I need to get one. I want one.
But it because that was actually, we did a psilocybin talk at Harvest Fest.
Did you?
And yeah, it's the first one that we've ever done.
Awesome.
And
good job on that, by the way, Marcel. Really interesting.
Thank you. It was a really good turnout, and gave out all kinds of prizes for people that were there.
Awesome.
So, yeah, no, it really worked out good. The book went over really well. So they've probably just increased their sales drastically, because not everybody was getting a book, but lots of them were taking pictures of it so they could find it on Amazon.
The hell was that?
That was somebody's phone dinging.
Somebody dinged.
Yeah, somebody got a.
Well, I'm glad it was a good, successful weekend, buddy. I'm sorry that it torrentially rained.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for the ones that were still there for the rain. I was glad I got out of it.
We had,
but we lost. They lost a few canopies and things like that. But what do you expect? It's up on top of a friggin' mountain, right?
Yeah. We had they had the 75th anniversary here of Terrace Bay last weekend, and I found out that the fireworks on the beach are right in my window. I didn't even have to sit outside.
Nice.
Yeah, just sit on my couch.
But you could have went to the beach and seen all of them. And
oh, dude, yeah. Could have, yeah, sure. With a bug hood on, man. Bugs are fucking horrible here.
Are you guys hearing that fireworks are getting like banned everywhere?
And in city, yeah, unless they are putting the town or the city is putting them on themselves, they are banned in public places. You have to be on private property.
So
no, I mean, they're even banning or not even going to fire them off themselves because it.
right, because what they've
Dogs.
started doing here a
Dogs
few
are
years
affected by
ago
'em.
is they put in a noise ordinance
Yes.
so that you can't set off fireworks or have loud cars or things like that.
But they do.
And so the only time you really hear fireworks here is Canada Day, and sometimes on New Year's.
But yet there's a fireworks mobile just down the road, I bet, right?
No, there's a giant tiger that sells all kinds,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's what.
they're still sold here, but a lot of the people will buy them from there to take them out to the beach.
Yeah.
Because the beach isn't in town limits. But there's still people every once in a while will set off fireworks in town for a party or something like that.
Apparently they have fireworks 2 or 3 times a year here.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Yep.
No, but even Canada, like some communities are not going to have Canada Day fireworks anymore.
No,
Yeah.
because
know.
of the animals. Nobody ever thinks of the animals.
Yep.
No offense to the animal lovers, but fuck that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know,
I mean,
Rosa goes and cowers the whole time. She just hides
yeah,
under.
I know it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny. My dog does the same thing, but come on.
My dog kind of looks and then looks at me to see if it's okay, and then once she sees that I'm fine, then she just goes back to sleep.
But it's
Rosa
like,
starts shaking and.
Oh
but
yeah.
is there anything left in this world of tradition that the world doesn't want to just fucking take away?
No,
No,
Bugs
because-
Bunny's about to be taken away. You know.
Because the snowflakes are taking over.
That's name calling, dude.
I don't care.
He's not
Or
wrong.
those people. No, I mean it's getting ridiculous. And I mean the memes online sum it up pretty good because maybe I shouldn't just be here because I can't deal with this younger generation.
No.
Yeah.
I really can't. I
One
mean,
of the reasons why I moved up here.
it's getting so bad, and minorities are getting more attention than anybody else.
Yes.
And when I say minorities, I don't mean people of color or anything. I mean, as a general, if you're in a minority, what you would consider a minority group, they seem to make the most noise and get the most attention and get things changed. I think we've been doing it wrong. We can't get things to change unless we start screaming and yelling and claiming.
Well, these
Maybe.
truckers tried to scream and noise, and they got put to jail.
Yeah.
Their church. They lost their church, eh?
Who
They
did?
bought a church in Ottawa. The truckers.
Yeah.
The organization that organized the big thingy that went to jail and all that. They bought in Ottawa. They bought a church to run their organization out of, and they've lost that.
How?
I mean, they lost it.
I don't know. Maybe it was a lease. I don't know. But they are
Yeah, they were renting. Their rent was. They were due to be out at midnight there last night, I think.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Oh, for not paying their rent.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Trudeau took all their money and wouldn't let them have it.
I should have played a bird sound there, but I don't have one.
But like people agree with those truckers or not, you should be very concerned where the government can just go in and just take funds.
Exactly.
That is fucking scary.
Or declare a state of emergency.
Well, that was bullshit anyway. But just literally, like, they were at the point, like, if anyone even donated, they could have seized your bank account or froze it.
Yeah.
What a fucking dictator overreached that. And again, some people supported it, and it's like, what are you doing? What if you're fucking part of something he doesn't like later?
Yeah, I know. I lost a Facebook friend because of that. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just a Facebook. It's actually, we consider him a mutual friend.
Okay.
But it doesn't hurt my feelings, because if you honestly think that what Trudeau did was okay, then you've got something wrong with you.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying truckers were all right or not. Like whatever, I don't care what you're, but it's more
Yeah,
of
it,
the
yeah,
reach.
it's not a matter of whether they were right or wrong. It's
What
what
the
he did or what they did to
Control it.
counter it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm always concerned of. Don't give your government power. That
No.
much power, anyway.
And that's the thing is technically our government's not supposed to have that much power. He just overreached and did it.
Well, somebody did, anyways.
Well, it had to come from
It
his office.
didn't mean to drag up this shitty ass topic again. But
Yeah, no, it's a shitty ass topic.
we could talk some political canvas stories, though.
It's always those.
Well, there's a few ones going on right now.
I know there's a big fight on the taxes for medical still going on.
That's a big one.
I don't know how far along they are with that one, but that's the one that gets me the most.
BC cannabis, the warehouse is on strike.
Yes, now their stores are closing down, laying off the staff because they can't get any product to sell at the dispensaries.
So
Why are they being boycotted or something?
No,
well, they run out of product.
They went.
They what?
The warehouse went on strike, so nobody can get any products.
So for those that understand, that pretty much all the provinces, I don't want to say all of them, but most of them, they ship to the central provincial warehouse. So Truro Cannabis, Tweed, Canopy, we ship our products to the Ontario warehouse, the Alberta warehouse, Nova Scotia, whatever. But the BC warehouse that stores and lets the trucks arrive and ships it out to the dispensaries or the stores, whatever it is on strike for the last 2 weeks. So the dispensaries, whatever product they had 2 weeks ago is all they had.
Ouch.
So,
Yep. So that's why they're laying off staff and closing their doors, because if they can't get product to sell, they can't stay in business. But just to throw this out there, the black market never ever went on strike.
I was just going to say this is going to leave a big open door for the legacy market out there for sure.
Yes, definitely.
I'm pretty sure that's probably going on right now.
Yep.
Right this minute, as we speak.
And it means that when the strike is over and business comes back, a lot of those customers they had that have had to find new sources are probably going to stick with the new sources.
Yes and no, but I still feel for those private dispensary owners. They put in their hours, hard money, and trying to make a business, and have it taken away from for that reason sucks.
Especially the ones that came from the black market, right? Thinking that this is the right way to go, and now they've got this crap. They've never had that crap before in their life.
Yeah.
There's a store in Marathon. There are reservations all over the place up here, and there are no dispensaries other than one that's an LP, and I believe that's in Wawa. So there's one legal store in Marathon, which is 45 minutes away, and then there's a bunch in Thunder Bay. But like I said, there's no reservations up here. So I've changed where I get my cannabis.
Well, yeah. The reserves, none of the reserves up there have a dispensary?
Not yet. None of them.
Wow.
Yep.
Talk about business opportunity for somebody.
They got gas, they got smokes so far. That's it. But you know,
did you say there's an LP on the reserve?
There is a legal store on the reserve. Yeah. A legal store.
I thought you said it was like an LP producer. Okay, I know on the store.
No. I guess you would call it an OCS store or whatever.
Or
yeah. There's lots of sources up here, but it's all legal. You know. So you grow your own. Why did everybody get so quiet?
Not a bad way to go.
My 4 plants that I brought up in the car are working out pretty good. They're you know at 3 feet mark already. But we'll see what happens when it starts to
And
get
they're
cold.
just now starting to flower. You didn't get a greenhouse or anything yet, did you?
No, I'm going to order one this week, so I'll have it next week. I'll have it up.
Yeah, try and get it up before the snow comes.
Oh fuck yeah! Well, I mean, if I have a greenhouse, even just a tarp one, that'll get me into October, so that'll be all right. Right. That's what I think. That's when it was the end of September. I think I started pulling last year. You went into October, didn't you?
I've gone into the first week of November.
Oh wow.
I don't plan on doing that this year.
Your mic is unmuted, Dale. You can speak. Or it was anyways. But yes, there you go. He wanted to see your bushes. He's a bush guy.
Oh, those are looking good. I didn't realize you could zoom in on the screen here.
I can.
Either.
You can go full screen, yes.
No, like pinch the screen with my fingers.
Oh, on your
Zoom
phone,
in and
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, on the phone, yeah.
Yeah. Those look good, Marcel.
Terrace Bay, Ontario. The snowy period of the year lasts for 5.2 months.
Yep.
From October 22nd to March 28th.
Sometimes earlier than that. Yep. And also I'm literally on a hill above Lake Superior, which is the largest and the coldest and the deepest of the lakes.
Yeah.
Lakes, right? So there's a lot of wind all the time here, which is making for some nice sturdy plants. But there's always a mug in the air, like you can feel water on shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The high
'Cause
humidity. So
we're
that
in
would be another reason to have a greenhouse there.
Yes.
To finish your plants so they don't mold.
It hasn't been less than 80% humidity since I've been here. I think this is like summertime here, right?
Yeah.
And now it's been raining for 2 days now. So, but when it's nice, it's nice. It was up 27 in Thunder Bay on Monday, and then it was only 22 here, right? It's the difference. I have no music pulled up. Anybody have any suggestions? Let us know.
Oh, I always have suggestions, but we'll get kicked off because it'll be copyright infringement. I put a post up earlier on Facebook, and it was basically asking who had the most unique singing voice.
Oh yes, I saw this post.
That's very debate. Like, what do you mean by unique or distinguishable? That's even a hard term.
Well, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. See how it was written here.
His first, without question, first person. Not that I think he's a great singer, but
Aretha Franklin.
No, Axl Rose.
That was actually one. Somebody said Axl.
Like for unique.
Okay, so it is the singer with the most distinctive voice. And I said Brad Roberts right away.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
Crash Test Dummies.
Oh, is that what his name is?
Yeah. Right. He was lead singer, and he was the one that got in the accident down in Yarmouth.
But you could say the lead singer of Men at Work. I mean, he's got a very distinctive voice. You know that's him. Billy Joel, Elton John.
Well, are they distinctive, or you just hear them so often?
So here's
good point.
Here's some of the names that were given out. Jeffrey Peterson says Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, it would, of course, Jeffrey would say that.
Sarah-
Ozzy has to be one.
Sarah McLachlan.
Maybe Brian Johnson.
Oh, Meatloaf.
Yes, Meatloaf. Yes, for sure.
Lindsay, who's been on our show, said Peter Dramanis.
Don't know who that is.
Don't know who that is. Shakira.
Shakira.
Lee. Geddy Lee. Yeah, that's pretty distinctive.
Geddy Lee and Shakira are unique.
Yeah. Neil Young, that's distinctive.
Yeah. He is distinctive, yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like distinct. I don't consider Sarah McLachlan distinctive.
No.
Like,
Sarah McLachlan
she's a good singer.
The lead singer of Journey. That's Sarah McLachlan. Somebody else said Steve Perry.
Yes.
No. Yeah, maybe. Jagger. No.
Yeah, but are they like? There's. I think some are just.
It's not distinctive. Like as soon as I saw the term distinctive, the first one I thought of was Crash Test.
Like to me, I think if that person sang "Row, row, row your boat," would you know who the fuck it is?
if Brad, yeah, exactly. If Brad Roberts sang it, you'd know.
I would know it's. I would know now. I know his fucking name is Brad Roberts.
Yeah, you would know it would be.
I would know him.
Row, row your boat. That's pretty distinctive.
Yeah. Now, I would think Joey Ramone to me is distinctive.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But so was Edgar Winter.
Yes.
Right? There's been so many that have had distinctive voices. Luciano Pavarotti, who says it has to be a rock star, right?
Michael Bublé.
But probably if you're talking distinctive or unique, I fucking have to go to Axl Rose. Nobody sings like that guy.
Well, with Axl Rose, he's got like such a wide range of what he can do.
Well, no, but he's got that whatever fucking throttle, like machine gun. Like, there's just no like. I'm not a fucking Guns N' Roses big fan at all, to be honest. Or him.
I like Guns N' Roses.
I like some of it, but I'm not
I'm not a super
love that band, right? Like they're okay, but unique. He's fucking unique.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nickelback.
That's the most ununique fucking voice in history.
most overheard voice.
Claypool, Dale. There's one.
Who?
Les Claypool from Primus. Definitely fucking unique.
Yeah.
Be Real, Cypress Hill.
Yeah. You watch the documentary.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Not Cypress Hill documentary, the Woodstock documentary.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have not watched that yet. I started to, and then David said, "Man, I don't want to watch it."
So that's too bad.
He's not here.
Honestly, I was at the 94 one. It was very similar, but the distinct thing that was different.
There was no violence.
No, well, there's but the guy there's a guy early in the documentary who says is like, "Do you guys see who you fucking booked for this show? Rage Against the Machine,
fair enough.
Korn, Limp Bizkit. Like it was just metal, anger."
Yeah.
94 had Metallica, but it didn't it wasn't just bang. But they'd also have fucking Bob Dylan. Like
Rita Marley was there with the Melody Makers and the Ziggy and the boys, and they were all there. And who else? Oh crap!
Well, the one in the documentary,
Peter Gabriel.
I mean, they loaded themselves by having all of those groups. Fred Durst went out and made the place nuts.
Well, it's not. He didn't really go make it nuts. It's this fucking song. The name of the song is "Go and the lyric is "Go and break shit."
Yeah, remember what Green Day did at 94?
Like that's the fucking song.
Remember what Green Day did at 94? They started the mudslinging thing, and it was fucking hilarious. But it got very dangerous very quickly.
Well,
they shut it down.
Did you know fucking Mike Dirnt, the bass player? It was so crazy on stage. The security guards tackled him.
Yep, he was naked.
They thought he was a fan on stage.
At one point, was it Flea or whatever his name is there, or whatever the guy's name is? He was naked on stage, slipping around in the mud. The lead singer,
Yeah.
Billy, slipped off the back of the stage and chipped his tooth. They wanted
Yeah.
to keep going, but they kept shutting the power off on them because
But,
every
but
time
the same
they
thing
went out, they
happened in
started more.
'94, right?
But this
'94
is what I'm
actually
talking about. '94. I'm
it
talking
had
about
more people. I know, but I'm just saying versus the '99 documentary. '94 actually had more people. Same thing, overran
It got
prices.
overran, and then they finally went, fuck it, just let him in, because they started knocking down the fence. But then it
Yeah.
calmed down, and everybody had a good time, and it was fucking massive. Then it rained, so there was a lot of mudsliding and shit like that. As you know, you were there.
Yeah.
You know, and there was some good peyote going around, and so it was
I
good
had
fun.
opium.
I enjoyed it.
I smoked opium.
Me as well.
No, that's what I had there. But no, if you actually look at him, Rollins' band was there, and if you look at the fucking mosh pit when that was psychotic.
94.
They were just fucking 200 and fucking 25-pound 6-foot football players just ramming into each other. That was a little bit crazy.
Luckily I had media access, and so I managed to be able to I stayed on the wheelchair platform for the most part.
Yeah, but really what happened, like '94 just didn't go. They had enough balance in between the acts, but the same thing happened. They destroyed all the vendors' booth. They took over the whole fucking thing. It just didn't get violent.
One thing that did happen was all of the food that was left over, Peter Gabriel bought and donated. Yep.
Well,
They did.
I remember
it was hard to find food at one point, and then by the time we packed up and walked out to the highway, there was a fucking McDonald's right there.
Yeah. Well, I think I remember someone, like, I think hamburgers were like $10.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
We didn't eat for a day and a half, probably.
I think a bottle of water was like $6, if I recall.
I remember 10, if not more.
And I remember them overtaking one of the vendor hamburger things. I grabbed a fucking burger.
Well, there was plenty of food. That wasn't the issue. What the issue was is it was fucking expensive, and nobody wanted to pay those prices, right?
Yeah. So and it rained, and then people wanted the huts for the shelter too.
Yep.
So it went crazy. And no, it was just as bad. It just they didn't burn shit.
we were camping in behind stage 2 behind the
that's
gates.
That's where I camped.
Really, you were probably the one I was smoking opium with.
I very well could have been. It was that black terry opium, right?
I don't know, dude. You know what? There was a lot of media and other people just camped out back in the back there.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there smoking a joint, and somebody looked at me and says, "Hey, you want to try some opium?" And I said, "Okay." And we sat there and we watched the people go by for a few hours. So could have been.
Well,
Yep.
It was definitely opium because I didn't shit for 4 days.
I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it because that was the first and only time.
No, that was my first experience of being constipated like that.
Where did Marcel go? Did we lose him? Did he fall asleep?
No, I'm laughing at this little piece of cannabis news. Here, let's do some cannabis news.
Okay, let's do some cannabis news.
All
Since
right,
it's a cannabis show.
Michigan State Police.
Yes.
Have been using their police toxicology unit has been doing the same test for the last 20 years. Well, they just recently found out that their test can't differentiate the difference between THC and CBD.
One that's legal and one that's not.
Right. So what this article is basically it's an interview with the writer and the Michigan State Police Toxicology Unit supervisor. And they did an interview over the phone, it looks like. There's nothing in writing yet. They were just told this. So yesterday is when he wrote this. So they were just told that day that this test can't differentiate between THC and CBD and hasn't done it in the last 20 years. So they've told the prosecutors, now they're going to wait to see what happens.
That just blew every case that'll ever come out of the water.
Exactly.
Like,
because all of those people could have had CBD, which in the U.S. is legal. I thought it was cute. I see. I think it's Nunavut, or one of them is using one of the controversial tests for THC.
There's been
what other news we got?
There's been a few states that are using it as well.
I'm actually reading the Colorado one, Marcel.
Yeah, go ahead, Lenny. Read the Colorado one. It's interesting. But
right at the get-go, why are marijuana sales in Colorado plummeting? I didn't really get that far into it, but right off the get-go, it's fucking a bit misleading when you think about it. Marijuana sales in Colorado have been a steep decline since February this year. While the total marijuana sales for the first half of 2021 topped 1.1 billion, the state managed a paltry 906 million for the same period this year. Boo fucking who? 906 million. Fuck off. Technically, it's a 10-11% decrease.
Yeah,
but the title's plummeting's a little harsh.
Plummeting is harsh. They've been hit with a 1% per month decrease, basically, and it's still steadily going down.
Well, probably because other states are opening up. They don't have the fucking monopolies. One thing. Now I'm getting down here. I haven't heard Bill HB 1317 that was created to regulate the sales of concentrates.
Yep.
They're claiming this has some impact on it.
Well, see, a lot of their sales were medical, and when they first started, the medical patients had prescriptions for X amount of, the same in Canada, X amount of cannabis per month, day, whatever. This law that they come out, turn around and put it in, much like the Cannabis Act did. You can only sell 10 milligram THC products. You can only sell maximum of 30 grams. And this is what they're claiming is hurting them the most in Colorado. I think it's what I said years ago when I wrote the harmonized proposal. And that was, after a few years, the novelty's going to drop off.
Oh, there's a bit of that, but
I remember that. I probably have all that paperwork still,
Yeah. but everything that I put into that is basically happening now.
There's a novelty thing, but I also think there's still a bit of I still think you're still seeing more of a trend get away from alcohol. I still think cannabis is still kind of growing for newer people too. So
it is, but it's not growing as fast as they want it to grow, and because the stigmatism's still there for a lot of people.
Oh, 100%. I know a person passing away right now, and they would take the gummy to help with their appetite, and I was like, I don't know if the gummy's going to really work. Smoke it, and they wouldn't smoke it. Poor bugger.
I'd have given them the gummies.
Well, he tried the gummies and they're not working, but I just know anecdotally myself, I get more munchies from smoking it than eating it. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But
everybody's different. I mean, I don't get the munchies.
Well, no, but I just, for myself, when I do get the munchies, it's much more frequently from inhalation versus eating anything. That's just me.
Yeah.
But my point is, he wouldn't even try it, and he's on, unfortunately, death's door. And I'm like,
my dad wouldn't try it, and he had full-blown Parkinson's for going on 15 years, and he said, no, I don't want anything that will take hold of my mind that way.
Well, I get, yeah, I get that too. But this guy, he'll eat it, but he won't take an inhalation. It just kind of cracks me up a little bit.
Well, because they don't want to get addicted to smoking.
Well,
You're on death's door. It's
no,
kind of like
the gentleman might only have a couple weeks to live, and that's why I was like, "You're really." I'm not trying to mock him. Obviously, he doesn't listen to the show, and but it's like, man, it just kind of caught me off guard. It's like, you don't even want to take a puff. Try a couple strains. Just try it.
Yeah.
Back in the early '80s, my grandfather ended up getting lung cancer. Went to visit him in the hospital, and there was a patient there smoking a cigarette. So somebody asked the doctor, "They're in here with lung cancer. Why would you let them smoke?" And the doctor's response was, "They've been smoking for the last 60 years.
Yeah.
They are going to die. Why would you take away the only thing that they have for enjoyment?"
Exactly. There's something to that, right? Like,
yeah, and ever since then, I've never ever forgotten that. Why take away the last bit of enjoyment somebody has?
Makes sense to me.
Yep. Couldn't believe they were actually smoking in the hospital, but
I remember sitting in a hospital and smoking a cigarette.
I remember smoking on airplanes, and the armrest had the ashtray.
In the theaters, yeah.
Yeah, theaters.
Buses, trains, planes, automobiles.
Yeah, even the city buses had ashtrays.
On the subway, on the TTC,
Yeah. And you know what? There was a lot more ashtrays around, and there was a lot less butts on the ground.
Oh, now they're everywhere, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
All around the apartment building in Toronto, I used to just drive me nuts. Would see butts everywhere. Used to hate it.
We're going to talk about what's happening in Nova Scotia, because we talked about BC and what's happening out there. They can't sell anything, and in Nova Scotia, so this probably makes Lennie really happy.
Oh, I got a grin on.
Yeah, the local cannabis is extremely popular in Nova Scotia. Province reports increase in sales. Because all of the cannabis that's sold in Nova Scotia comes into the liquor corporation, their warehouse, they dole it out, and they can get anybody's cannabis from across the country. But 30% of their sales, their cannabis sales, are the producers that are in Nova Scotia. So that would be Lennie and the others, that their products selling better in Nova Scotia than any of the other products.
I can't get it here
because Nova Scotia keeps buying it all.
No, it's Ontario. Honestly, just getting products listed in Ontario.
Yeah, and it takes a while to get a product listed in these places.
And obviously, big fish, little pond. Got no real ego.
Yeah.
But no, I do have a little bit of ego and pride, and Nova Scotia is my home fucking province, and god damn it, I want to do well in my home fucking province.
As you should, but I would like to see the same thing from New Brunswick. Or does New Brunswick have pretty much kind of the same numbers, or 30% of their province's sales from the?
I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment on New Brunswick because I'm not. I don't want to get myself in trouble. Nova Scotia, I just want to give some kudos to, because they have gone out of their way to support the local producers, not just Truro.
Right.
Like they do make sure we get some things listed. They don't have all my stuff listed. I still got to battle with them as well. Like, they only have so much space and capacity, but they have been nothing but supportive and friends to us. So thank you, Nova Scotia. Thank you, Nova Scotia.
Sorry, Len. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Del.
Do they get to dictate what products of yours they put out for sale?
I apply and they decide yes or no, same as everybody else.
Okay.
And
So
and,
so
and I have my battle.
it's
I have
gonna
my battles with them. But
it's gotta really impress them.
yeah,
Um, so when they
Can I ask you a
see that
question?
go ahead.
Titanium will come out,
The
Yeah,
people that are making these decisions,
dissuasion.
are
Yeah.
they trying the product seriously? Are they
I
doing?
think when they originally started, no, but they do have cannabis people working for them now. Nova
Oh,
Scotia has come a long way. Like, would I have said this probably 2 years ago? NSLC rocks? Not necessarily, but you know what? Just they have made an attempt to really try to give us an opportunity to get some stuff out there. No matter what, like just because they put us on the shelf, if it doesn't sell,
yeah.
they're
If it
not going to
doesn't
keep
sell, it
it. They're
doesn't
not going
sell.
to keep it there. But you know what? They've given us a pretty decent opportunity. Right now, I have a pretty good rapport with them because, not to brag, but Truro Cannabis is doing kind of good in Nova Scotia. So I have a little bit of leeway just because of our. I know I try not to throw an ego to Truro. How do I do this?
The
But
lawyers are sitting at home going, "Shut the fuck up."
no. I just don't want to come off. I never ever want to come off like cocky or arrogant. I'm just trying to no. But Truro Cannabis is the word I'm trying to find. Actually, I had a meeting with my sales rep across Canada. Is we're consistent, and I think like whatever we put out, it's going to be decent. Is it the best in the world? Always no, but. You know what? You're going to get good value. It's consistent.
You
No,
can have the shittiest product in the world, but if you're consistent, people are going to buy it.
Well, it's reliable. I guess that's the type of word. So that's kind of the rep Truro has across Canada right now, and even like we've released a couple products that didn't sell well in Nova Scotia, and guess what? We said mark it down, get the fuck out of there. Doesn't do them any good. Doesn't do us any good, right? So
Well,
we have a
yeah,
good
it's better to have a changeover now and then, anyways, right?
Oh yeah, no, but not everything's a winner. But that's kind of where we've earned it with the NSLC and some of the other provinces that you know what, give this new Truro product a shot. They have a decent track record. And
So I was looking at there's some awards coming up,
yeah,
and I was looking at them. I know nobody that have been nominated for anything.
what award? Where's the awards at? Or for who?
like Leafly has an award.
Oh well, those ones are all weird because you kind of gotta like put in your own applications and shit.
But I find it very interesting that some of the top fucking people in cannabis, apparently, I don't know them. I've never heard of them. I've been sitting here for 15 years. You'd think I know some of these people.
they're all corporate people.
What's that?
They're corporate people that have money that invest, and that's how they
I'm
became experts.
That's right. So I mean, I consider you guys my experts. You know.
Well, as I say, I had nothing to do with it. In my opinion, I have some very talented people that work for me.
But you see, being a pharmacist, you know what you're talking about with these drugs, so that when you're going through
medically, yeah, different. That's a different story. But no, but just as far as now I think the only thing I've brought to Truro Cannabis, as far as the adult sales perspective, is trying to be a little bit humble, trying to, like I say, I own pharmacies, right? I'm not a big shoppers or anything. Like I have to customer service and trying to deliver. Don't cheap out on things, right? Do it the right way has always been what I've tried to preach. So,
and you guys have, which we're gonna try and do one day.
Yeah.
You have a medical program as well for people who are medical.
Yep.
And they can get it directly from you. Yes.
Yep. And there's
Just
compassionate
Nova
programs.
Scotia or Canada wide?
Truro Cannabis is Canada wide.
Ooh. And what about Optimus? Is that Canada wide as well?
Not yet. You heard the word yet.
Yeah. Well, let me know. I'm here with a
I'm,
pen.
I'm working on it, Al.
There's a pen here, and I don't mind signing stuff.
Yeah, the application's in.
I have to send my renew in. Yeah.
But no, it was an interesting article though, Marcel, and you know what? Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm not a fan that people have to get their cannabis at a liquor store. I can't control that. It is what we have in this province, but all in all, NSL, like, but I say but as far as supporting the industry, for and supporting the home province, NSLC's done a really good job.
Do you know what you should do?
That
You should go and get some of the stickers they use in the liquor store or in the grocery stores. Atlantic Canada Proud or whatever it is.
Well, they do that on their webpage.
No, you put it on every can, right across the country.
Actually, I don't. It's funny. I don't even know if we're allowed to, but no. I am glad actually that story came out because you know what? People like to shit on NSLC, and maybe some reasons are justified. But as far as the commercial industry that we're in, it's like no, they've been solid to us. Good for them.
That's good.
And I think PEI does a nice job too. Like for what I know they're a small province, but excellent people to work with. And I'm not trying to shit on the other provinces, but just trying to give a couple kudos to the ones I really enjoy working and dealing with.
How many producers are in Nova Scotia now?
Well, I think it's legal for me to name them.
Yeah.
All right. They're public. Truro Cannabis.
Yeah.
East Can.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm saying this correctly. MCQ?
Never heard
of it. Isn't that New Brunswick?
No, they're in Sackville. MCQ.
Okay.
So they're Nova Scotia. What's Aquilitas, which is
Aquilitas.
Yeah. Who else is like? There's some micros, but I don't know them all.
Robinson's is gone.
Robinson's is gone.
Oh, really? I just saw them on the way down to Harvest Fest.
Oh, still on the sign. The sign's still there.
The sign's still there.
But the operation's not there anymore, though.
No, it's a chicken producing factory.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's in Stellarton? Is anything in Stellarton?
Stellarton's closed.
Oh, the guys on the
Mernova, Ritual Mernova down in Windsor, they're open.
Yeah, and then the one's just up the road from you.
Scotia, Dartmouth, yeah, Breathing Green.
Breathing Green.
So I think they're the LPs. There's actually, I'll shit on one brand. Highland Grow and Antigonish.
Yeah.
I don't actually think they actually operate out of Antigonish. I think they're from BC.
Oh, and they're just importing it in?
I think so. So
yeah.
But technically they're Nova Scotia.
Yeah. So that would put it at 8 under the LPs.
Yeah. Now I know there's some micros.
Yeah.
This cabbage is one.
Are the micros allowed to sell now to Nova Scotia?
They can sell anywhere.
Can they sell Nova Scotia liquor?
Yeah, like Jazz Cabbage was there. That's why I say if you're a micro and get your sales license, like Nova Scotia will probably give you a shot. But here's the thing: same thing. You got to sell, right? If it doesn't sell, don't sell. It's. I know what's a vape. Actually, I shouldn't forget this. I think it's a badass name, Vape Breton. They do like vape pens, obviously. I think they operate at a Cape Breton. I hope they do. I've never been there, but Vape Breton, like they do vape pens and hash, I guess. Yeah, and I think there's some. I know there's more micros coming, or maybe there is more micros. I'm not aware of.
Do you know how many there are Canada wide now?
We could probably Google that, Marcel. What's Canadian LPs? Now the trick of it is going to be a little bit false because I think some of them are closing.
Yeah. Some of them have closed.
Some are processing and some grow. There must be over 1,000 licenses.
So I just see something here from HuffPost that the ashes of the late Star Trek actress Nicole Nichols. Her ashes will be put into space on a rocket. That's kind of fitting, I think. Eh? Kind of as fitting as William Shatner going up into space, I guess.
Okay, so there's 10 per page.
901 entries. I'm on
901 entries, so there's 9,010, provided the last page is full, LPs
In Canada.
in Canada.
Yeah,
Is that
but some
including
of them are they don't grow; they're just processing.
Right. Some are
And
processing.
some are just like a grow license, but they can't sell. Like they would just sell bulk.
Okay.
Here's one, like the very first one on the list, which is the most recent license, is a microprocessing.
Yeah. But it's definitely not sustainable.
Not 9,000 of them.
That's since what was it now? It's 4 years now? 3 years?
It'll be 3 years this October.
Really?
Very first license was Peace Naturals. On this list was Peace Naturals in 10/31/2013.
Wow.
And fucking Tweed and Canna Farms.
And a day later was Final Bell Corp.
See, but here's where it gets tricky, though. Emerald Health. This is where the license people like Emerald Health is out of business. I know they're done.
Yeah. We're still there.
I don't know if AB can. I never even heard of them.
Broken Coast, they're still there. Delta 9's still going.
Yeah, Organigram. American. Fina. I never even fucking heard of them.
Organigram's still going, you said? Even after all
Organigram's got a pretty good foothold. They ain't going away.
Even with all the stuff that happened.
Whatever. I don't know how they escaped through it, but they are.
Wow.
Well, as much as they had
there's a lawsuit against them as well, though, isn't there?
I have no idea.
There's several.
But the thing about those guys is everyone on that first fucking list, they can all fuck off a little bit. They all had an advantage. But
they didn't have to build a building.
I'll give Organigram credit. They didn't just go stupid. Like, let's go get $5 billion. Like they operated, made some money, invested, expand. Like, you know what I mean? Like they ran it as a business. So I'll give Organigram respect that they didn't go blow billions of dollars. That's why they're going to survive.
Yeah.
They didn't build football fields to grow shitty weed and then close it down.
An hour and 18 minutes into the show, and you're just sharing it.
What's that,
Marcel?
Yeah. Well, you only shared it 29 minutes ago, so. So yeah. It's been a while since I've been here doing this.
Why no one in the world knows around? You mean?
Yeah.
Not good. It's fun to chat with you folks.
Well, you know, we have a lot of regular listeners that don't necessarily listen
live.
Yeah. We have some that'll be listening tomorrow morning for us.
Well, there's a company, Final Bell, never even fucking heard of them.
Me either.
I was like, how do you have that fucking golden fucking ticket and not even do anything with it?
Yeah.
Like I called them the Big 13, right? That original group.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you fuck that up?
It was easy. Just sit back and watch and see.
Well, it's just no, I know, but just like I guess they just went fucking gonzo or crazy, I guess.
Can't say I didn't fucking warn people.
No, you did, but I remember you saying stuff, but I still can't believe it. It's like everything, like I just look at our little company that everything we fucking have, we scraped and clawed to get, right?
Yep. Hey, I'm gonna do the grow segment tonight.
All right, what are you growing?
So hold on. Wait.
Oh, I gotta hear the intro.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Cheech. This is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Woo!
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
This is how we grow the weed.
That's a cool tune. Y'all hear me?
That took me hours to do. I had to learn how to. Well, I had to learn how to use GarageBand
and play a guitar and everything else. It's really good.
No, it was just all loops and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, go on.
Grow segment, because it's that time of year. Lenny's got a shit-eating grin for some reason.
Oh, I'm just in a text conversation with some idiots.
Oh, well, that's always fun.
Just show. No, these guys been texting all night to me, so just some funny shit.
Just tell them to listen to the show. We'll make them laugh. No, it's that time now for outdoor growers that your plants are flowering.
Almost.
Well, for most of us, yeah, you just need to get a little older. But yours, Dale, outdoor plants flowering?
3 of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're all starting now. So now is when you've got to start looking at changing your nutrients.
I'm going to take you folks, while you're doing this, I'm going to go outside and show you my plants.
Is it still daylight there?
Oh, God, yes, dude. Till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, he's up. Do you get the Northern Lights?
Yep. I haven't seen them yet, though. So I'm going to just leave this on, and I'm going to go out backyard, and you can see my plants.
All right. Let's see your plants. Now we can't hear them.
Windy, Marcel.
What?
You can continue your grow.
I know.
Yep, go.
Okay.
All right. Go. So I want to see his plants so we can talk about his plants.
Yeah.
No, now is the time that you've got to start thinking about changing your nutrients. Because what I've been seeing is a lot of people freaking out online and saying, why are my leaves turning yellow? It's because your leaves are old. They're dying and they're going to turn yellow. Pluck them off. There's people out there telling people to add more nitrogen. The plant loses leaves naturally. Don't add more nitrogen than you need to during your flowering cycle. Because now I'm going to watch on Facebook and I'm going to see all these people going on about how green their buds are and how nitrogen-y they taste, right? Get rid of the friggin' nitrogen, because that's what's giving you the majority of your chlorophyll, which gives you that bitter, shitty taste, right? What do you feed yours? What are you feeding yours now?
Me?
Dale? Yeah.
Flour and stuff.
Are you using Floramax?
Floramax. Yeah.
So you're using flower enhancer.
I've
and
got
resin XS.
I've got Organobud is what they're getting right now. I don't
Yeah.
have any of the flower enhancer.
Oh, well, we should have to have a chat with Mr. Pittman there, because you should be putting flower enhancer to them now, because that's your P and K, right?
Oh, it's all in the flower enhancer.
Yeah, that's where the majority of it is in the flower enhancer.
Ah.
That's why you still continue with the Floramax A and B, which is all of your macronutrients, nitrogen, and stuff like that. Then as soon as you hit flower, you start adding the flower enhancer to bring up the potassium and the phosphorus. The Organibud, you just use that the whole cycle through.
The whole cycle. Okay, I've only been using it in flower.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can use it at any time. If you ever use Psycho products, I equate it to kind of like Doctor Repair, but better, or like a little on steroids. And then after a couple weeks of flowering, when you start wanting them to puff out, that's when you start putting the resin excess to them. Which, when you only have one plant, oh, I guess we should let him in. I can't. He went offline now.
He's still there on my screen.
He just came back. There. Oh.
Can you see me?
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Looking at your plant here.
Yeah. That's orange creamsicle. Other one.
Yeah. I want to make just that one big, but it won't.
You should be able to. And then this is, I don't know what this one is. Just me bigger. This one, the other one.
That's what I was trying to. So there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So they're doing all right.
They're starting because they're getting to what I call the ugly stage. See how they're starting to do that stretch up there?
You see what I'm showing you?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna go. You can get off my plant, fly.
Yeah. No, they're starting to hit the ugly stage. Because the plant gets really ugly before it starts getting nice buds on it.
Well, they've just popped another level. So
see, I have that one plant that's budding, and then the rest are now all in the ugly stage.
Well, I'm thinking these are going to go like any time now. This one's starting. You can see it starting.
Yeah. Right. Next year you need bigger pots.
Yes.
And start much earlier.
Oh yeah. Well, these survived coming up in the car.
Yeah, that's good though.
It's my bitch.
Nice yard though.
Yeah, it's you can see the creepy fog again. Creepy movie fog, as I call it.
I live where we get all kinds of fog. Mine's off the ocean though.
It's all right. I'm gonna do them next year in those things. I got a bunch of them downstairs. I'm gonna do them.
So here's a cool trick. Put holes in them, but don't put the holes in the bottom.
No, put them into another one, and put a brick in them.
What?
Put a brick on the bottom. Put some holes in the bottom of the one. You put 2 bricks on the bottom, and then you put it into another one, and then that gives you a pool.
Why would you do that?
Why not?
It's funny. Looking through that LP list. Sorry to interrupt. 134 LPs got licensed before Turo Cannabis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy when most of them are fucking gone.
Yeah, yeah. But what about the 8,900 that are there since?
I think you misread
And
that.
have
I
all
think
gone.
I think it's 901. I think you misread that.
How many pages is there? Let me go and look. Is there
Yeah,
901 pages or 91 pages? Yeah, there's 901. That makes more sense.
I knew you said 9,000. I
And
was
you're
like,
134?
we're 134.
Yeah, there's still 800 or
Yeah.
a little more than 800 have gotten it since you.
Yeah, and honestly, we were even late to the game.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it took you guys what 6 years
yeah.
to get on the map, right?
Yeah, the good news is for all these other people, the process is a lot more streamlined and quicker. But fuck you. I don't know, man. To open up Nuve now, oof. Like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take you guys and I'm going to show you something that I haven't shown anybody yet.
Oh, and you're going to show everybody.
I'm going to show everybody.
Oh, we're waiting.
You ready?
Yeah, there's nothing on the screen.
Hang on.
No, this is not great live television.
Yeah. Hope this isn't like a sex dungeon or something. It is. Shit.
This is my sex dungeon. Yeah, this is my grow. This is what's going to be my grow room. We're going to design this on the show.
Right on.
What's the walls? Yeah. Is it wood paneling?
Yeah, I'm gonna paint it white.
I got a better idea.
Okay, well, let's talk about it when we get to that point. Oh.
Yeah. Don't paint it. Cover it. Because you want to.
Yeah, I've been told that.
Keep the moisture away from it.
Okay. So this is the other angle here of the basement.
Cool.
Studio.
You're gonna fucking have to insulate that for wintertime, buddy.
I'm gonna put a fireplace right here.
Oh.
There's a stack because I have an electric heater, like an electric furnace. Everything's electric here.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Wow, I'm surprised they don't have all natural gas or something.
Well, nope, they don't. You can get propane, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So they opted to go with electric, and I'm okay with that. One bill.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I will be right back.
Hi.
Yeah, you sounded better on the phone. No, I'm kidding, man. All right, let's take you off of this. You what?
I said, thank you, Samsung.
There you go.
Alrighty. Now I have to watch that later.
Yeah, no, I mean, your plants look great. They just.
I think they're doing I haven't done anything other than go out and water them. I haven't pulled any leaves off yet or anything. So as that'll start happening soon, I guess.
Yeah. Get the bigger ones first. Once the flowers start coming out, start taking out the bigger leaves that are shading out your buds.
Yeah.
You want them to get as much light as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And you want as much airflow to be able to get through the plant.
Well, that's also why I'm going to go a little bushier or go a little taller than I did last year, right? So they'll get more air, right? And it's very, very, very windy here, so that's a
real plus. But it's also very humid there, so you gotta make sure you got a lot of wind.
Yes, it's usually pretty windy.
Yeah, because you don't want standing water in your buds.
No, I've been shaking when I see water. The dew on the lily kind of thing. I give it a shake, right?
Out of all those licenses, Marcel, I think 340 are micros.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's 30%. Yeah, I guess that's not bad.
think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
And I think anyone that is opening, I don't think they're LPs. I think they're micros now.
Yeah.
Likely, yeah. Do you think that they'll go one step further and allow at any time private growers to get involved?
Well, I think the concept of you're a private grower, you got to become a micro.
Okay. How much does that cost?
Well, indoor, I don't know, maybe $1 million you can possibly do it for.
It depends on what you're doing. So if you're going to grow, you're limited to 2,000 square meters of canopy space.
It can be done.
If you're going to be processing, then you're allowed to process 650 kilos per year.
That's it?
And that's your limitations. That's micro.
Packaging.
Pardon?
Like that's for people who don't want processing, but packaging, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not a big quantity or garden, but it's bigger than most would have at home. I'll say most because there's some people at home that have really big friggin' gardens that would put micros and even LPs to shame. Right.
Well, I think it's safe to say that a lot of the micro growers are doing that.
Yeah.
Very openly. Well, they're putting more attention into their grow as opposed to a larger company that will, like, are you guys considered a micro then?
We have one of our sites is licensed as a micro, but it's all packaged at the main facility.
Okay.
But micros can do well if they operate correctly.
Right, and they promote themselves as a craft grower. So unique strains.
Well, they can keep it very simple too, and like you think about it, like if they're a really good grower, and I'm just saying they sell bulk and just do it out and bulk it out, and as I say, they probably get $3 to $4 a gram. Like if it's say they grow real premium shit, they'll probably get 600,000 grams a year minimum. Oh, we'll say 500 or 600,000 grams based on their canopy space. So these are good volume. Like, you know what? Like they can generate revenue of probably like 1.5, maybe even as high as $2 million a year revenue. Like you still got to pay the bills and shit, but
you don't have the bills that a licensed producer would have.
No, you can probably, like, if you set it up correctly, you're getting away with 3 or 4 staff. Like you pay yourselves all salary and nice job, nice little business, right? So it can be done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you need $1 million to start it.
Well, all depends how you're. If you were an ACMPR, it depends where you're at. If you might be an ACMPR grower, and maybe you just convert the thing to a license.
So you might already have a facility set up to do that.
Well,
medical grow.
No,
don't forget we had medical and designated growers.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Does that make me a somebody who could do a transition if I had the money to do that because I am MCR or whatever?
Well, it probably depends on your zoning.
ACMPR, whatever it's called.
If they would allow you to have one there.
For a fact, some ACMPRs were in factory buildings.
Yes.
Well, Tweed was in chocolate factory.
Yeah.
We still are.
Yeah.
So
it's just not Charlie's.
I forget
where
it was.
The process.
Somebody's in an old school somewhere, so I forget where that was.
Well, there's somebody that's they've bought jails down in the States. They've done it that way. You know, like there's all different ways to do it.
No, but the guy here bought a jail.
Are there any micro growers that are running their business out of their home or their garage or anything like that? Like, are you able to?
I don't know.
Like a designated grower could do is what I'm getting. You know. like Marcel does at home. Like
Yeah, but probably some zoning on the house, right? Or your property. So probably not.
Probably.
Yeah.
But if you
I don't think it
had a
would ever be
commercial
advertised.
residential piece of property, you could.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who was that company in New Brunswick or that small
That's what I
farm
was.
that was
That's what I was thinking. I'm wondering if and I think they probably live right there because all of their facility is there. The one on the main border.
they were inviting everybody out to come sample their products there about a month ago or so.
Yeah.
You should send me those links when you see that stuff, buddy, because I didn't.
We talked about it on the show. We just can't remember it.
Oh,
Yeah, we can't remember which one it was.
well, just because we're smoking.
So yeah, they may live right there. I mean, there's nothing. If I had a big farm, with a big barn and a
don't
couple
forget,
other buildings,
there is outdoor growers, right? That's literally on a farm.
Yeah, I know.
I would live there. What better way to make sure it's being taken care of? Plus instant security.
But the real cost is the packaging and processing, right? So
yeah, packaging costs. It eats up a lot of margin, and it doesn't matter which business you're in. There's a cost of packaging.
Yeah, see, to me, if I was a micro, I'd be just looking to create bulk product and just have some LP buy it off me.
Yeah.
Hey, Len, I have a question. Can we do a 420 radio strain?
420 radio strain?
Yeah.
Well, in theory, yes. I'll be honest. Like a lot of companies like to create a fucking name that means nothing, like a random name.
Yeah.
Our mandate is like if it's animal mints, like we want our name to represent what the actual strain is. So probably
that's why you went with titanium.
Titanimal is the strain.
Titanimal. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but even wedding mints, we did it. It's wedding mints. It's wedding cake crossed with Kush mints.
Right.
It was too long for the fucking label, so we just made it wedding mint.
But why can't you just call it what it is?
Oh, we could have called it wedding cake cross with, but honestly, it was too long. It wouldn't fit on the label.
That wouldn't. Okay. Yeah. That's.
Especially
when you get a strain that's got 4 parents.
Yeah,
I've gotten a few bags from Hexo that had that.
We will shrink the name a little bit. Like we will shrink it, but we want it so you recognize what it is.
Makes sense to me.
Like we have mac and cheese out there. It's Miracle Alien. It's Miracle Alien cookies crossed with UK cheese.
I have Mac 1. Actually, I have some Mac 1 that I got. This month I got Bruce Banner, Mac 1, and there's another one there.
Then unfortunately, an LP can't call it Bruce Banner.
Why?
Why not? It's a Marvel comic.
It's a Marvel comic, and it's kind of.
So you couldn't call a strain Superman.
Romulan. That's what I have.
No.
Romulan.
Yeah, I don't think they allowed Romulan, did they?
I've never seen a Romulan out there on the market.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean someone didn't.
On the legal market. On the legal market.
On the legal market, yeah.
The legal market, pardon me. But like Bruce Banner, you'll see as BB or B Banner. Like you won't see it as.
Well, that's
Banner.
like I get OS Hayes, or you know what I mean. Like that's how they do it, right? But at one time when they were talking about all this stuff, they weren't even allowing that. It had to be like A4291. You know, shit like that, right? Way back in the beginning. Way back when.
Yeah, but no, there is
How
rules.
far back when are you talking about?
In a world was not around.
What was pre-plant systems?
Well, there you go.
What was the original strain that you could get?
I don't know. I don't remember. Do you?
I'm gonna have to Google. No, I'm gonna have to Google it. It didn't work, but I mean,
But but now it seems okay to call it the strain what it is. I mean, if you're going to take the time to grow some purple Kush properly, you should be able to call it purple Kush.
Yeah, well,
You know
some
what I mean?
LPs chose not to, and I think it was all their branding and marketing.
But they're also trying to come up with their own genetics, right? But
No, they're just
in a
calling
lot of
it.
cases, they're really.
Yeah, they're just calling it
Are you
fucking whatever.
are you guys coming up with your own genetics, or are you just
We're not a nursery, but we have like 250 plus seeds in our vault.
Oh,
like
cool.
genetic varieties.
Yes. Yes.
So no, we're not a nursery.
No.
So no, we're not doing any breeding, but we actually have a fridge full of
But you could.
You actually have to have a nursery license
to come up with your own strains.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, the other thing is the other thing to be practical about too is no fucking chance we're having a male anywhere near our facility.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like, well, if you're ever going to do a nursery, you got to go do it away from production, right?
You guys are strictly indoors now, right?
100% indoors.
And are you going to go outdoor?
I don't believe
not there,
so.
anyways, right?
No, well, no. I think that's stuff for the Okanagan Valley, and they have the perfect climate to we can't outgrow the outdoors that those guys can do out there. Give them respect. They have the perfect climate, and
where's that?
Out in BC, and the Okanagan, they're designed for growing outdoors. Best climate.
Yeah.
It's just too big a risk for Nova Scotia.
Well, you got like me here now. You've got a short season there.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got hurricanes and water stuff to deal with as well as salty water. Now, there's a question, Marcel. Does the salt water affect your plants? Can you feed your plants salt water?
No.
No.
You can't water with salt water. Okay.
throw salt in somebody's garden.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking, buddy.
Yeah, try it.
That's what they used to do in the old days to
get
rid of farmers they didn't like, was spread salt in their fields.
Yeah, but don't forget, even Health Canada testing, right? Like, you got to be away. Like, we have pesticide issues to deal with, so you can't be near any agricultural farms.
Yes.
That are allowed to spray pesticide. So there's wind drift, right? So it'd be just too big of a risk.
Yeah. Well, unless some doofus comes along and goes, "Here you go, guys."
Yep. Listen, I think there's I think you're seeing some really great greenhouse products starting to come out in Canada. I think that's a talent.
To me, the greenhouses is the answer because it's outdoors, indoors.
Yeah, but it's not that easy to do to grow it really well. There's a couple companies that are doing it and are nailing it, but I've seen a lot of fucking fail too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's dependent on how you want it to grow, I guess.
It depends. Well, it also depends on the growers too, right? Like guys, I would say Marcel's a really great outdoor grower, but some people are really great indoor growers, right? So it's
right.
It's your talent, your experience.
Yeah, it's what suits you best. I mean, anybody, once you get a grow dialed in, even in a greenhouse, once you get the grow dialed in, then you run that way all the time.
Yeah.
But you've got to look at, do you want to do this naturally one crop a year? Or are you going to run 2 or 3 crops a year in your greenhouse and use lead deprivation curtains, which now you're getting up there in big bucks to light up a greenhouse. Yeah. I like solid walls with glass roof and supplemental lighting.
And I think it can be done too. But if you actually ask my growers, like they don't want to fucking go that way.
No, because
They have
they've
no
never tried
experience.
it, and they have no experience in it.
And
Yeah.
it's a big, and you're putting all that money into it. You don't want to take fucking 1 to 2 years to figure it out.
Right.
There's more risk growing outside, right?
Oh, major risk.
There's all kinds of risks. You've got. I mean, we grow here in Nova Scotia outdoors. We have a very high risk every year during the flowering season, and that's hurricanes.
Yeah.
Because we can get slammed with hurricanes that take every plant and they're gone. Right? So growing outdoors, especially on a big scale, is a matter of luck.
You want
whether you
something
pull a
in a
crop off or
controlled
not.
environment outside, though.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's
that would
why I
Right.
was saying,
So that's why you go to a
BC
greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying BC has a little bit better climate than Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
That's really ideal for outdoors.
But
And
in
the
a
prairies.
greenhouse, you can grow year round, like even where you are. But it would
Right.
cost a lot to heat that.
Not if you were smart.
Well, it becomes a natural terrarium, right? So, I guess it
Yeah.
would heat itself.
I mean, if you did it right, it could easily be done.
In the end, like a true indoor, it's so much easier to control all your environmentals, right?
You have
So-
you have
Is
more
it more
control over the
expensive or
environment.
less expensive to do indoor?
More.
It's more expensive, but probably
In the
way
long
more-
run.
Yeah, way more consistent product.
So you're going to get a better yield.
Usually.
So therefore, the cost per gram goes down.
You get a better yield. The cost per gram goes down. Usually, you get a little bit. Traditionally, indoors
Because, I
tend.
mean, Lori
Usually get a little bit more indoors. Usually get a little bit more weight and tend to
Lori
get a little
used
bit
to preach sense growing outside, right, Marcel?
Yeah.
And because she would do it, she was doing it for like 3 cents a gram or something like that, right?
Me
Just
too.
growing up. Well, I know. But that's not what you're doing now, though. It's costing you more now, isn't it?
No.
No.
You basically count up how much it costs you in soil.
Yes.
Right. So if it costs me $500 in soil, then that's a cost. If it costs me $200 in nutrients, now I'm up to $700. If I had to get anything supplemental, right, such as a host of ladybugs or anything, throw another $100 in there. Now you're up to $800.
Yeah.
Right, for the cost of your entire grow. My same grow indoor
last year,
but my same cost indoor would be $800 a month.
Yeah.
All right.
Because of power.
Because of the power.
Yes.
The water. Well, the water would be the same. I probably use more water outdoor than I would indoor.
Okay.
Because indoor I would do auto pots.
Mm.
Yeah, way cheaper. You're still down into the pennies per gram if you pull off plants that have a few grams, like 500 or 600 grams.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, I calculated 1 year I was down to 8 cents a gram. And that's with buying nutrients and soil. But I had a bumper crop, right? So the more I grow, the less it costs me per gram. Make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. How many plants can you get under one light? Like, okay, we'll say
depends on your
1,000 watt light.
light, but I would normally suggest 4.
Okay.
Per light, but it depends on how big you're growing your plants.
5, 6 feet. 5 anyways.
Yeah, then maybe you're looking at 1 light per plant. because the bigger
when it gets
the
to that.
plant, the more space it's going to take up laterally. The light doesn't go laterally. Well,
Yes.
it does, but enough for 4 plants. But you start getting up with one plant that takes up all that light, then you have to move them to other ones. So you'll see tabletop growers. So they'll grow a plant up to maybe a foot high and then turn it to flower. And they can do that under one light and have half a dozen plants.
Do you get the same yield from doing that as opposed to just a taller plant or a bushier plant?
No, if you grow a plant 1 foot high and turn it to flower, and I grow my plant 6 feet high and turn it to flower, I've got a lot
You're
more.
looking for a faster turnover.
Exactly, that's what it was. So there was a strain years ago that was
Most
developed.
autos are quick like that, right? They only go about a foot and 2 feet, and then they just go to bloom.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
blah blah blah.
And it depends, because you can get some autos that are called super autos, and they'll, instead of being the 55, 75 days, these guys are up to 120 days. They're still an auto because they still have the ruderalis, but just enough to turn them on the cycle, and then so they grow much bigger.
Mm-hmm. The bud and the plant, or just the plant?
Both, because the more plant you have, the more bud you have.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right.
So now remember, this is only my second grow, so I'm learning, man.
Every node. Well, here, let's make me big for a second here.
I'm gonna have to jump off, gents. It's the end of that. My
Oh,
battery.
it is. Well, we'll be continuing this conversation
Yeah,
ongoing.
anyway, but my battery's dying. So you guys have a good night.
All right, we'll see you later, Len.
See you
Have a
guys.
good night, Len.
Yeah.
Puff puff pass.
If you look at the branches on that one plant on the right, the
Yes.
tall one,
Yeah.
each one of those branches is buds.
Yes. And then you
Your
got your
table-
cola going up the top.
Right. Yeah, but no, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 colas. And some of those are longer than my arm.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Right. So
how tall are those?
Well, that plant's got to be hitting close to 10 feet.
Wow.
Nice. That's huge.
But it's weird. It didn't like the plant that it was growing beside. So that plant on the other side is basically flat because it was avoiding the other plant. And you can see the way the stalk actually curved away from that plant. I'd never
Really?
seen it happen before. It's friggin' awesome.
That's
I should
cool.
turn it around and take a picture of the other side of it because it looks stupid on the other side. But if you're growing tabletop growing, you might only get one of those per plant. Right? And I don't even think you would ever get it that tall of one big tall cola like that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're gonna continue talking about this stuff as I build my grow room.
Yep.
So
yeah. I mean, you're limited in height
it's
when you're going indoors.
It's 6 feet in there, just a little bit over 6 feet.
All right, but you're going to hang lights, so now you've lost a foot.
Yeah. So I'll get
and then you grow in a pot, so there you've lost another foot.
Yeah. So you're looking at a 4 or 5 foot plant.
Yeah, you've got that much room. So at 2 feet high, you'd have to flip your plants to flower.
What do you mean flip them?
Turn your light cycle load to 12 on, 12 off.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. That's a little bit down the road.
Right. But that's what I mean. But this is something that you have to think about.
Yes.
When are you going to start flowering? Well, you've got a height restriction called the ceiling.
Yes.
So I don't have a height restriction outdoors.
No. No.
But I would
And
never be able.
dry outside.
I don't have one single plant that I could put inside to finish.
I could now, but not in another 2 weeks. I don't think. I think they'd just be too enormous to bring in. So I have to figure out the tent thing. But we will continue this conversation next week.
Sure.
Right here on the
Let's
420.
let these nice people go home.
Yes, thanks for sitting in there, Dale.
No problem.
And,
I enjoyed it. I look forward to Friday night.
Yeah, me too. We will be back Friday at 7-ish.
Darcy should be back by then with
hopefully
his internet.
If you
Yeah,
like
where's
to join
Darcy
us on the
tonight?
show, just let us know. He doesn't have internet.
He doesn't have internet yet. So what he was going to do is he can sometimes find a signal when he's sitting in his garage.
But
And it's
because
one of,
Marcel mentioned it, nobody would let him sit in
well,
there.
it's one of his neighbors doesn't have their Wi-Fi locked, so he can get a signal once in a while, but it's sketchy whether or not. Or his other option would be to go sit in a superstore parking lot.
So hopefully he'll be here. Okay, I'm going to do the thing. Say goodnight.
Good night.
Right on. You guys have a good weekend.
You too, bud.
I'll see you Sunday.
So what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this lifestyle radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
Hang on.